Just wanted to share information about this DBPower booster. We've had this, well, we bought this for my father-in-law about 6 or 7 years ago. We inherited it when he died a couple of years ago, and I keep it in my car, and I have put it to use a number of times. Unfortunately, my Civic's battery died a couple of days ago. Went to get this and forgotten that I'd put it in the other car when we went on holiday back in June, so I was stranded here for the day. So I thought we would look to get a second one. This was over £100 as I recall when we purchased it. It's a DJ550, starting current 300, peak current 600 amps, capacity is 18,000 milliamp hours, 66.6 watts. Input, if you've got a wall socket charger, it's a 15 volt at 1 amp. USB output, 2 outputs is 5 volts, 2.4 amp, and a 5 volt 2.1 amp, and there's an on-off switch, and it's charging at the moment, so that is not going to be much use. It's on about 54%. So you've got a variable DC output, you've got a smart USB output, another output there. You have a socket for the clamps to go on. We'll unwrap this one in a minute, but there's a little compass, and there's a light that can go through various modes, solid, flashing and SOS. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that on charge. Now this one is on Amazon. It was only £55. The spec is pretty much the same, except it's saying the peak current now is 800 and starting current was 400 amps, where this one was, what did I say, 300. But yeah, only £55, so pretty much half the price that it was some years ago. It's never let us down when we've actually had to go and use it. I would highly recommend keeping one in your cars. Nothing worse than leaving the lights on, if your car in fact can leave the lights on, and you run your battery flat. Now this looks exactly the same, but I don't think it was exactly the same on Amazon. I'm just going to have a quick look at the order. Maybe I was wrong, but I thought something was different. Okay, so what they were showing is, yeah, actually the case is the same. The unit they're showing as being red, whereas this one is yellow. But whether that's the case or not, we'll find out. The hard case is excellent. It's really got some good padding to protect everything. This goes in the under the boot floor, so yeah, it probably gets jiggled around a bit, but it's never been an issue. So very tough case, and yeah, it is red, indeed it is. So it sits in this foam inset here. So let's have a look at this first of all. Looks pretty much exactly the same. I've got a label for activating a 12-month warranty, which plus exclusive gift. So I think originally the instructions on this first one said that if you registered it, you would get a free electronic tyre pressure gauge. So we've got exactly the same setup, absolutely no difference at all. Light on the end. What about the specs? Let's have a look on there. Starting current 400, peak 800, so there has been a slight improvement over the original one that we've got here. Is the model number the same? Why does that rattle? So model number is a DJS50, and this was DJS50, so exactly the same model. but they've obviously improved the spec slightly. Don't know why that is rattling. There's definitely something. I say that, the other one's rattling as well. So slide the switch to on, and nothing. Well, I don't remember it being completely dead the last one when it arrived. That's concerning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 15-volt charger and put that in there, and yeah, in fact it's completely discharged. So yeah, it's on 0. So we're going to have to fully charge that, but at least it's not dead. So that is good. So we'll leave the other one charging. That's gone up from 50 to 55 in about 10 minutes. So as for the rest, you get the crocodile clamps and the part that plugs in, and this looks slightly different. And then we've got a USB cable, and we actually have the 15-volt power supply. Now I don't think it came with that, but it must have done. I thought I'd bought one separately, but it comes with that 15-volt charger. We have an output cable there, and some spare adapters of all different sizes that will go on the end of that, so you can literally plug in. Well, I should imagine that's going to cover pretty much everything that you could think of. The output was variable, and I think I'll just use this one for that. We just turn it on for a second. So I'm going to have to unplug it. But if you look, you can see 5-volt there, and if we press power, it says 12-volt out. Press it again, we've got 16 volts, and press it again and we've got 19 volts, and a lot of laptops will operate off of 19 volts. So yeah, and then back to off. Obviously the 5-volt and 5-volt smart supplies are always present when it's turned on, so it does cover an awful lot of situations that you might find yourself in. I mean, it's basically a power bank if it's required to be. So as I say, the case is excellent. It has never let us down. It will hold the charge for absolutely months. We hadn't used it for quite some time, and it was on 50. Now I had to use it. You plug in that, you can see it's keyed, and that will plug in. When you plug that in, I mean, it's not going to work now because it's not charged. You get various little bits of information up on there. Let's just have a look, because this is slightly different now. So you've got a scan QR code, activate your 12-month warranty and receive an exclusive gift, which I suspect is, where is it? Oh, it's going to be some sort of so they're offering a hard storage case along with the package as a gift, or it's already in a hard storage case. So I'm not really sure what use that is going to be. Okay, so JumpStarter instructions are pretty basic, like before. Yeah, see, the old one had a slightly different setup, you would plug this in, keyed like the other one. Different though, so you obviously can't interchange those. If you look, they are not keyed the same way, but this one will go red and it has to be on green. So once you've connected to the battery, you press down and hold that button until this turns green. Then you can hop in the car and start it up. So yeah, when it's on red, press and hold green and start the car. This newer one is slightly different. So insert the jumper cables into the port. If the indicator light is flashing red and the buzzer sounds every second, then the device needs to be charged. Yeah, that we know. Connect the red to the positive and black to the negative. The indicator light will change from green flashing to continuously on. In order to eliminate connection errors and ensure safety, the clamps will detect the load every 5 seconds and give a warning tone. This does not affect the jump start. In addition, the clamps will disconnect automatically after 30 seconds and both green and red lights will stay on with no sound. Please attempt to start the engine within 13 seconds. If you need to attempt to start it after 13 seconds, please remove and reconnect the clamps. Okay, so in this case, we just disconnect the clamps and it will reset this. There's an LCD display or LED display on there, so I'm suspecting that will show some information, or maybe just lights. Actually, it looks like it should light up and show some information, but looking at the pictures, it literally is just going to flash the lights at you. Now obviously this has got all sorts of protection: low voltage protection, reverse polarity protection, high temperature protection, short circuit protection, jumper start, timeout protection, high voltage protection and startup overrun. Yeah, so slightly different than it used to be, but I'm sure just as good. So you can charge it from the wall, you can charge it from the car, you can use it as a phone charger, a laptop charger, torch charger, pretty much anything you could imagine can be run from this, as long as you've got a USB connection or use the output cable and sockets. So as I say, I can highly recommend this. It has saved us on a number of occasions. Anyway, hope that was useful.